I mean, we could no, because we could still add a word, two words.
Another 5 months from now, sedative. After it's over.
Where? Oh, it's 7:25.
Your life.
No, let's make it one drop, 1% better.
What time is it? 6:30.
Yeah, 6:30 was Shabbos. All right, a good chodesh. We are pressed for time, so hold your questions for the most part. We are very behind because yesterday Rish Chodesh, 10 minutes behind, and today we have 10 minutes less than usual. And we're going to have a beautiful story coming up. One of the most interesting stories in Shas. Says the Gemara, Menan Emili. We're holding in middle, I'm embarrassed to say, in middle of Lamed Vav, Amid Beis, smack in the middle of the, well, a little bit less, lower than halfway down. Menan Emili, we're discussing if a woman has labor pain and she has dam, what's the halacha status of that dam? And we said that if she's in the days of ziva, then it's not considered niddah, and if it was in the days of niddah, it is niddah. We had three shittas, just to remind everybody. If it's in the days of ziva, Rav says that we treat her as a niddah, in between kind of thing. She cannot be with her husband. She goes to the mikveh that night, and she's tar. Shmuel says she goes to the mikveh the following day. She cannot be with her husband because we're worried that maybe she'll have a real break, and we'll find out that she wasn't in a niddah. And Rav Yitzchak says she's completely tar. There's no such thing as dam niddah. There's no such thing as niddah during ziva. Completely tar. And as we're going to see from this very interesting story that we're going to have soon, Rav actually retracts his shita and holds like Rav Yitzchak. There's no such thing as niddah. How do we know? Menani mili, there's no such thing as niddah during the ziva days when she's giving birth. Tana Rabbanan, Dama machmas atzmo v'loi machmas vlad. So, start with some. Here's the pasuk. V'isha ki yazuv zoiv dama yom rabin. Dama is an exclusion. It's a miut. Yazuv is a riboy. Anything that's zav, anything that's flowing. Dama is dafka her dam. Zog the Gemara. Dama machmas atzma v'loy machmas vlad. When is a woman a niddah? When that dam comes from within her, from her natural period or natural flow every month. That's her dam. What? Emissions. I like period better in this thing because this happens every single month. This is something different. This is a birth. This has nothing to do with her dam.
But she's been pregnant for 9 months.
Yeah.
She hasn't got period.
No, but this is natural for a goof. Every woman has this goof. Every woman has this thing. It's not.
She's well out of it.
Oh, very good. But the Torah is talking about that rhythm. That rhythm.
Even when they were pregnant, they had.
Here, just look at the pausing for a second. Again, v'isha ki yosef zoiv dama. She sees dam yomim rabim beloy es nidasa. What's es nidasa? Mr. Kornbluth, what's beloy es nidasa? Es nidasa. What does es nidasa mean? Es nidasa means in the time of her ziva. It's not the time of the 7 days of niddah. We're talking about a typical woman. Now, this she's not typical. Beloy machmas vlad. Ato oimer machmas vlad oy einoy elo machmas oines. Now wait a minute. Maybe this pasuk is coming to exclude something else. Asinu lechem makom, raita? Nati. Pininu. Who told you that this word dama comes to exclude childbirth? Maybe it's coming to exclude what we were talking about the other day. A woman who jumps around, and because of that she saw dam. And we know that a woman who jumps, or she's sick, or whatever it is, she's still a niddah. So maybe the pasuk comes to exclude that. But there is a ribuy here. Yazuv means anything. Any type of blood. What's this miut? So the dam that comes because of a childbirth is not considered niddah. And who told you which one to exclude? You have two options. You could exclude the dam of a leda and dam of oinus. I am going to say that when it comes to childbirth, since there's the concept of 33 days and 66 days of tahara, so Mela, I'm going to be tired anything that has to do with childbirth. There's no concept of going easy on her when it comes to oinus. There's no tahara. So Mela, if she jumped around, she jumped, mamish a kfitza, as the Mishnah says, and she sees dam, that's not going to be pater. It's going to make her, she's still tummy. Adarabba, metarni ba'oinus, shekain oinus bezov tar. Wait a minute, in the whole parish of Zav, a male Zav, we see the concept of oinus. Oinus doesn't work by a male. We had yesterday, Furish Pasuk, the second Riyah, the first Riyah doesn't count. We're not talking about the first one. The second Riyah has to be Shloi Oinus. By the way, what does oinus mean? Because we have to repeat this, because yesterday I was in the kollel and I heard people talking behind me, and I turned around and I asked them, I thought I heard something, and I realized that the oilam over there, 4 people didn't know what it meant. So I'm hoping the oilam here does know. Oinus, not to be confused with oinus that we're familiar with in Baba Kama, that it's a mistake. Oinus here is the opposite. Oinus means you caused it. There was some extra activity going on. External factors, oinus. Rabbi Schoenberg has a pshat. Why it's called oinus? The ziva, what? A trigger. Oinus over here means trigger. Something else. Let me ask you something. So Rabbi Isai, if that's the case, what is childbirth? Is that a trigger or that's natural?
It's natural.
What do you say, everybody? He says natural. It's a natural trigger. It's a trigger. Very good. It's a trigger. The Gemara calls it a trigger. It's anything that's different than the woman's natural flow, natural cycle in her body, that's a trigger. So jumping, whoa, I'm not finished my sentence. So jumping, giving birth, all these things are external factors. Now that I'm not finished my sentence, now I'm going weiter, another sentence. So you bring me a raya from a zav that he cannot be a oinus, that if it happened from anything external trigger, it's not considered. No, we're not talking about a man, we're talking about a woman. But in a woman, in the whole category called woman, there's no such thing as oinus. Fine. Another pshat. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? You want to say that a woman who sees dam ba'oinus from an external trigger, she should be tar. And a woman who gave birth, who's giving birth, and she sees dam from giving birth, should be tamei. It's a very strong trigger, an external trigger that causes. So that's not going to work. Fine. If you're telling me that I just proved to you that dam during Ziva days, going back here to this chart, most used chart in the world, 7 days in Niddah. If somebody sees dam over here, she's 7 days Niddah. Then goes this 11-day period called Ziva. If she sees dam from giving birth in these 11 days, we're saying that the dam is not Niddah. She's not tamei. She can be with her husband. What about over here? Why can't she be with her husband if she sees dam the first week? When she's giving birth, she's in labor, and she hasn't seen dam before. She's clean throughout her whole pregnancy. Also, she sees dam over here. Why can't she be with her husband? What's the difference? But the Gemara doesn't say what is the difference. We have the same psukim. You're telling me you threw out these words, Dama, Yazov, so I'm going to throw out another word here. There's another pasuk by Niddah that says V'isho kesiya zava. It's talking about a Niddah. Da miya zoiva b'bsara shivas yamim tia b'nidasa. This is talking about Niddah, 7 days of Niddos. It says zoiva. Yochi Niddah nami neima zoiva machmas atzma v'le machmas vlad. This pasuk that tells me that a woman becomes a Niddah after 7 times, she sees dam, she be tamei for 7 days. It says zoiva. It has to be a natural flow of her guf and not because of giving birth. So perhaps she shouldn't be tamei. Now the Gemara is going to do the same back and forth that we had before by Ziva. Maybe the pasuk is coming to exclude an external trigger And we know that a Niddah does become Tameh if she jumps up and down, or if she's sick, or whatever, she's still a Niddah, but maybe the pasuk comes to exclude. Here, the first part of the pasuk says Vishu Kasiya Zava. So that means even ba'oinus, even if you did it on purpose. Over here, oinus means on purpose, basically. The opposite of what we think in our head. You have to make a switch in the head. The oinus, even though there was an external factor, yeah. Because you're tying to that what? It comes from the word that you're doing it, you're causing it. Ones oto. Okay. Ones.
Like she didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
It just
He knows
happened.
Hebrew.
She got scared or frightened by something external.
Okay. That's also ones. Harry, ones. You see how it makes a difference how you read, rabbis? If you read like an Amerikanische book, oines. You put the emphasis on the wrong place of the word, and Mela, it's what do you say?
Emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Emphasis in the wrong syllable. Okay. Ones. Fine. We're the only shir in the world that says ones from now on. Oh, so we have a good kasha. At the end of the day, maybe a woman who is giving birth during her 7 Niddah days, she shouldn't be tamei. Omer Shlokish, I have another pshat, another pasuk. It says in another pasuk, where are we? Another. Oh, so this is the famous pasuk. This is the sugi that we were discussing. Vim nekeva seil, if a woman gives birth in a cave of a tamish v'wayim kinidasa v'shishim yom v'sheshes yomim, should say al dmei tahara. What's teishav? This word teishav is extra. It really shouldn't be there. We're saying that this woman has 66 days of freebies. Any dam she sees is tar, the word teishav doesn't fit in. Yesh l'cho yeshiva acher shikazu. There's another yeshiva. There's another situation where a woman is tahar. Ve'zezu zu koishi b'mei ziva. So Rish Lakish learns it out from another source. I'm asking you, how do you know that during ziva, a woman who sees dam because she's giving birth, koishi, she's in labor, that labor is not metama her? That dam is not metama her? Because it says teishav. There's another place, there's another situation which namely is called giving birth, that a woman is tahar, just like these 66 days of tahara over here, or stam bayoledes, she's also tahar when she's giving birth. Maybe it's talking about not the days of ziva, like we said. Maybe that pasuk is referring to the days of Niddah, like we had a kasha. It says by Yuledes, v'tama shvuayim kinidasa. She's tamei 2 weeks like a Niddah, v'lo yechezivasa. Not like the ziva, mechlad the zivasa tar. So here I have an exclusion. This woman is tar if she sees dam giving birth during her ziva days and not during her Niddah days. Bezezo, zukoyshim me ziva. But the whole sugi started off saying, the whole first pasuk that we had, we're just gonna ignore that first pasuk, dama. The sugi started out with it. What happened to that? It says dama. We said Yazov dama. What do we do with this? We have a completely new limud now. Ilav dama have amino kinidasa v'lo chazivasa va'afilu b'shoifi. The opposite of what we thought in the beginning. That the word dama is marba, that if she made a hefsek, before we were saying that niddah means that she's not tameh. The word niddah comes to say that she's not tameh if she sees down when she's giving birth. Now we're saying the opposite. The word niddah is coming to say that if she took a break in the middle of her labor, then the dam is tameh. The break shows us that the dam that she had before is pure niddah dam and nothing to do with the Leda. And Memela, she is Tamei. Dama, she's Tamei. Fine, it's a chiddush in Va'afilu b'shoifi. That if, I would think that even if she took a break, shoifi means she took a break, right? No, before. She saw dam. She's in tremendous labor pain. She sees dam. So we say that dam is connected to what's going to happen tomorrow, which is the birth. But she took a break. She took a 24-hour break. either meis leis or from shkia to shkia, whatever the Mishnah says, a break. So we're saying, hey, stop. Don't be such a chacham. Her labor pain that she had Sunday, Monday has nothing to do with her birth that she gave on Thursday. So she's Tomei Niddah. Vafilu b'shoifi, I would think that if she took a break. No, but I'm a doctor. I already have 5 kids. I know that it's connected. That labor pain is connected here. It's not connected, says the Torah. Once she took a break, it's not connected, and she's memela, she's a Niddah. So the word Dama comes to tell me she's a full-fledged Niddah if she took a break. Fine. Here's the amazing story. You can do whatever you want with it. I am going to say the story over by the Shabbos table. I think it's a great story. Sheila bar Avino, Ovad Uvdo Kavosei de Rav. Sheila, tremendous person. He was a Talmud of Rav, and Shiloh, how do you have it over there? Shiloh, yeah, it's usually Shiloh. I'm going from my nekudos. What's your Messiah Yossi? Sheila? Ah, okay, so I'm good. This time I'm good. Okay, last night I was off. Again, by the names, whatever, fine. Shimi, Simi, Sheila, Sheila. But the article says Sheila? Okay, so we have a problem. I go by the article usually. Sheila Ba'avino.
Article probably says Ones also.
Ones. Oh yeah, Ones. There's no grammar things in the article. It's not like a article siddur. Fine. Anyway. No, he doesn't.
Okay. You said it both ways now, so right there.
Yes. Again, Rav says that if a woman sees dam while she's giving birth in her ziva days, she still has to act as if she's a niddah and goes to the mikveh that night. Not a 7-day niddah, a couple hour niddah, meaning stay away from your husband. Zok the Gemara, crazy story. Knoch nafshei de Rav, as he's being nifter Rav, and he said this halacha that you're not allowed to be with your husband during those days. Omalei Rav Asi, he tells Rav Asi, he's telling him, Zil tzane, take this halacha, bury it. Get rid of it. Biloitzayis garye. So he goes and tells Rav Asi, tell Sheila, Sila, that you no, tell Rav Asi, you're the messenger, go tell Sheila that we have to get rid of this halacha. You're not passing it right. You're telling people to stay away from their husband. I retract. I'm telling you, I'm like Rav Yitzchak. She's not a niddah at all. She's not to be with her husband. V'loitzayis, and if you, Sheila, don't listen, Garye is the lashon of greira, ligror, like a tow truck.
Persuade him.
You have to persuade him with words. You have to
Take you away.
go convince Sheila that that's the halacha. Who Savar, Ravasi was hearing, like by Reb Chaim. It's very hard to understand what he's saying. He said, Gary, he thought Savar Gadye. Put him in Cherim. Whoever doesn't listen that I retracted, put him in Cherim. Omarlei, okay, Savar Gadye Omarlei. Botzad nach nafshei, so of course Rav was nifter at the end. Omarlei, Hodabach. Hodabe Rav. He goes to Sheila, Ravasi, and he says, Rav told me to tell you, take it back. Omarlei, Yemisu, the Hodabe, L'didiyav Omarlei. This is everybody's probably thinking about the same thing. Every Rebbe, after he's nifter, the son says, my father came to me in the dream and told me I'm the Rebbe. So what's the answer? If he wanted you to be Rebbe, you should have came to me in the dream and told me that you're the Rebbe. Why did he come to you in the dream? So if you have a story from Rav, why did Rav come to me and tell me to retract? What is that? Big chacham, he's already nifter, now you're telling me things that happened afterwards. Lo itzayis. He didn't listen. Gadye, he put in Cherim by mistake. Because he said Garye, persuade him. He didn't tell him put him Cherim. He puts him Cherim. Omalei, Sheila tells him, you're not scared you're going to get burned from me? Omalei, he tells him, Ano Isi ben Yehuda, do Isi ben Gur Aryeh, do Isi ben Gamliel. I'm not sure, because Tosfos says there wasn't a Tana like that. Now, I'm not sure if he meant to say, I'm like Isi ben Yehuda, or he actually called himself Isi ben Yehuda. Basically saying, don't mess with me. I'm not scared of your fire. Your fire can't do anything to me. You know who I am? I'm like Isi ben Yehuda, or I am Isi ben Yehuda. What?
He says Anihu, Isi ben Yehuda.
Anihu. Okay. Du Isi ben Gur Aryeh, du Isi ben Gamliel, du Isi ben Mahalel.
He was protected by his
Asisa de nechosho de lo shol beik rikbo. I'm like, now again he's playing with words here. Asisa is Ravasi. I am like a mortar, right? That the copper piece of mortar. I'm a tough piece of metal, and nothing's going to happen to me. You can't. I'm not going to rot. Omer lei v'ano, you know who I am. My father is bigger than your father. V'ano Shilo baravino. I'm me. Buchno the parzalo. I'm not copper. Copper is nothing compared to me. I'm iron. The metaber asisa the nechosha. I'll break you. I'll snap you in two. So the Gemara Cholash Ravasi. No, who won? The iron one. Cholash Ravasi. Iron. Ailu b'chamimei. The only way to get rid of his fever, apkul mikrirei, to get rid of his chills, he had to have fever. Ailu b'krir, to get rid of his chills, apkul mechamimei, he had to have fever. B'kitzer, matzav is not good. Tehillah mehi nochnashi deravasi. That's it. He was nifter. Ozal Shilo, he made a mistake. They realized he made a mistake. Ozal Shilo, Omar Lidvisu. Now Shelo hears that Ravasi is nifter and that he caused it. Sovaslei Zavdito. He tells her, get my tachrichim ready, I need to die. I'm not sure how this works exactly. Again, it's extremely interesting. He's worried that Rav Asi is going to snitch on him to Rav in Shemaim. Not that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, not Malachim. Rav Asi is dead now, he's going to go up and tell Rav what happened. Shayla killed me. So I need to explain myself. I need to die right now. She got him tachrichem noch nafshi de shelo. That's it. Now they're equal. They're lying side by side. They're going to bury the two gedolim. Chazu, what? Tzaddikim can choose to die. Azay Zakter. Wow. I was wondering what's going on here. Who brings this? The Mesifta? Wow. Chazu the parcha aso mahaypuryo. You hear what the Or Chaim says? Whoever didn't hear, the Or Chaim says that tzaddik could choose when to die. He chose. He needs to explain the story to Rav. He didn't want Rav in Shemayim, he's here. He didn't want Rav in Shemayim to think badly about him. He wanted to explain. Says the Gemara, in those days they used to put adasim on top of the dead. Chazu the parcha asa mahaypurya laipurya. They saw the adasim move from one to the other. Amri shmamino of the Rabbanim Paisa. They made up already. They're lying next to each other. That's it. Shalom. I killed you. Not a big deal. It's all good. Zog the Gemara.
Someone to bring
my friends.
a raya that the minhag was to put flowers on the coffin.
Adasim is one thing, flowers is another. I remember in New York, I didn't see in Chicago, New York, they used to have this Cadillac with nothing, just a driver in the front and the whole trunk. He's shaking his head, he knows what I'm talking about. The whole back, you guys call it not a trunk, a boot. A massive, like a pickup truck, and they would fill it up with flour. These Italians with the flour, crazy, yeah.
So the Paskim, they discuss whether it's chukas hagoy, because they're going to...
Yeah, and over it says that they did it.
Since it's originally a minhag to put hadassim on a coffin, it originates in the Jewish minhag. But then they say, Rashi only said the minhag was hadassim and
not flowers. Okay, fine.
And Mashal says...
Rabbi said, we got to move. We don't have time for these things, but...
Only by tzaddikim.
Only by tzaddikim. Okay, Givaldik. We just finished saying that blood that comes out of labor is not metama. Here's the question. A woman was a zava before she gave birth. For ziva, you have to wait 7 nikim, zayin nikim. And what does zayin nikim mean? She can't see any dam during those 7 days. But what if we have an interesting type of dam? We have a dam that's nishtahin and nishtaher. It's a dam that's not metama her. Why is it not metama? Because she's giving birth now. We said it's dam, it's like dam tahara. What happens if a woman is counting 7 days of ziva, and then she has this dam of leida in between? She's a ziva, she's a zava a month before she gave birth, because she saw dam 3 days in a row, she's a gdoila. And now she wants to count 7 days. All of a sudden, in the middle of her 7 days, she goes into labor, and dam comes out. She sees dam from labor. That dam we said is not metahamar because it's dam associated with childbirth. But she should continue counting her 7 days as if nothing happened. But it's dam. But it's not metama. It's tar dam. So what do? What's the shaila? Koishi mau shetista beziva. This dam of labor, does it knock out, before she gave birth, does it knock out the ziva that she has to start all over again? What's the shaila? Dov ametama soiser. When she's a regular niddah, this dam is real dam. And that kind of dam, obviously, is going to destroy her 7-day count, and she's going to have to start counting all over again. This dam that's metam in the days of niddah, you goes bit. So it's the real dam. Something that causes ziva. In our case, it does not cause ziva because she's giving birth, so it's not real dam. By a man, if a man sees ziva and he had some, what do you guys call it? External trigger. It doesn't cause ziva. Why doesn't it cause ziva? Because it can't be ba'inus. The second time is not ba'inus. Yet, if he sees that kind of ziva and he's in the middle of counting his 7 days, he has to start all over again. Remember we had a situation that you don't start all over, you just wait 1 day? That was carry. But to be soiser completely, it's a ziva. So over here we're saying it's not enough, this type of ziva doesn't cause him to be a zav, but if he's counting 7 days, it's enough to ruin his days. So over here also, it's not enough for this dam to be real ziva dam, because she's giving birth, but it will destroy the 7 days that she's waiting. It's not true. By a zav that has an external trigger, that is part of his ziva, not on the second time, but on the third time. This not right? We had this mishnah from Zavim. First time he sees, you check him. You have to check to see, is it ba'inus, not ba'inus, shlishis ain't boitkin oisoi. You don't check him. Why? Because it doesn't matter. Even if it was ba'inus, it works. In other words, if it happened ba'inus, and there's external trigger, it won't be the third time. In other words, so now I don't have a case according to Rabbi Eliezer that the oinus is goyrem. The oinus over here is not goyrem. Hachanami kivin deloy goyrem loy soiser. Say hachanami. Since it cannot cause a ziva by a zav, so it's not going to be soiser. The only time this is going to cause a stira that you have to start all over is when it could cause a real ziva. But since according to Rabbi Eliezer it doesn't cause a ziva, because every single time you have to check, even on the third time, so mamela, it cannot break it down. So it can only get broken by something that could build you. Okay, new lashon. Amalei Rabbi Eliezer hachinami and hachinami. But I'm not asking according to Rabbi Eliezer. I'm asking according to Chachamim. Tashma Rabbi Eliezer oimer av shlishis boit kenoisoi, berevius ein boit kenoisoi. The fourth time you don't check him. My lav listira. What does it mean? The fourth time, like we explained the other day. There is no fourth time by a zav. By a zav, it's the third time. He's the top zav, the top level ever. 2 times is enough to make him a zav gomer, but the third time to bring a carbon. So what does 4 time mean? 4 time means when he's counting 7 nikim, that it breaks his shiva nikim. My lav listira loy litamuy laitiba masa, to create a stronger tuma, not only when you touch it, are you tamei, but also when you carry it. Tashma b'shlishis Rabbi Eliezer oimer boitkin oisoi, bervius ein boitkin oisoi. You don't check him in the 4th time. Lekarban amarti. So he says he's masber much more. Lekarban amarti veloy listira. That what? This that we check him on the 3rd time is to see whether or not he has to bring a carbon. I have to check to see if he's oinus. Says in the Mishnah, b'shiva drachim boitkin azav. Was he sick? Hearer, jumping? How did it happen? So why am I checking him the 3rd time? To see whether or not it's strong enough to bring a carbon. But listira, not below listira. In other words, even if it was a oinus, it would be a stira. Even though it doesn't cause, it's soiser. But at the end of the day, I still have a kasha, says Rav on Rabbanan. I don't know. Tashma, the Tani Avu the Rabbi Oven, Ma Goram Loi Zoivai. Very, very interesting lashon. Ma Goram Loi Zoivai. What caused ziva? Shiva. Basically, what's going on here is. What did the ziva cause? Yeah. What did Ma Goram Loi Zoivai? What did ziva cause? Shiva. It caused 7 days of tuma. Lefichach Saisa Shiva. It's saying something that causes 7 days of tuma could also cause 7 days of stira. So if a person was a zav, and he was a zav gomer, and he has to wait now 7 days, and in the middle of his 7 days of waiting, clean days, he sees a ziva, what is it going to break? It has so much power, since it has the power to make him a zav for 7 days, it also has the power to make him restart the count. But if somebody was only a balkeri, the carry can only cause 1 day of carry. So it can only break down from the 7 days of Nikim in the Ziva. If a person is waiting 7 days and he sees a carry, so it's only soiser 1 day. So the Gemara wants to taina, my shiva, ilema, dimitame shiva, hay my zoivoi tome shiva mebayle. The lashon is off. It should have said, mazovi tome shiva. That's why it breaks shiva. Elalav davar goyim says the lashon of goyim means we try coming to tell us a new halacha here that has to be something that causes. Something that causes the ziva could cause a stira. Something that doesn't cause a ziva doesn't cause a stira. Davar she'en goyim eino yisoiser. So when it comes to our sugya, again, this dam that has to do with childbirth, since it doesn't cause a ziva, it cannot cause a stira. It can't break the stira. Shema mino, it's a good raya. And in fact, we have a mesorah and koishi soiser beziva. That's probably why Rava asked the question to begin with, because we had some sort of mesorah. We didn't know where it comes from. That if a woman sees dam during ziva, during her childbirth, then it doesn't break her 7 days of nikim. She's counting 7 clean days. Then she sees dam in the middle. That's not dam. That's dam associated with later. She can continue counting her 7 days. And if you see somebody that says something the opposite of our Messiah, what about birth? A woman is starting to count her clean days, and suddenly she gives birth. Could she just continue on after she gave birth? Let's say she kept 3 days clean, she gave birth, and then she does 4 more days afterwards. Or does she have to count 7 more days all over again? So this has to do with the famous machlokes that we had yesterday, and everybody couldn't believe that we had such a shita, and we had it a bunch of times, that what? Ein leidus yiteres beziva, yiboilu, ma'u shetala. Abaye omar eino soiseres ve'eino oila. Abaye omar eino soiseres ve'eino oila. This dam leida doesn't break the 7, but guess what? You cannot count it towards the ziva days. Okay? So she waited 3 days. Now she's going to have to wait very patiently until she's done counting all her Tomei days, and then count another 4 days. But let's say she gave birth on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, she didn't see any dam at all, 0 dam. Could that count towards her ziva clean days? No, it doesn't break and it doesn't count. It doesn't do anything. It's just pretend it's not there, and then after everything, she has to start all over again. No, Meitar, yes. Yeah.
Only the first 7.
Rava Amar Eino Soiseres Va'ila. Rava says it doesn't break, and this is the chiddush that we said yesterday. According to Rava, it counts towards her ziva days. Unbelievable. Provided that she doesn't see dam. If she is clean immediately after giving birth, she could count those days as if she's counting for ziva days, and what do you gain? But Lamaisa says she's tummy anyway. She's tummy to her husband. You gain that. You don't have to count. Ziva days afterwards. She'd go to the mikvah on day 14 or day 7. She doesn't have to wait afterwards another 7 days for her ziva days. You're talking about Leda? Yeah. That's something else. It's a different dam. It's Leda Yevesh or whatever it is. But it doesn't matter because she's waiting 12 days anyway. She's waiting 7 days. There's no dam. Omar Rava. This woman, she waited 7 nikim, and then she becomes tar. Achar lekulon. It has to be without a break. You can't have any interruptions. Says Rava Givaldik. If you could count it towards ziva, if it's part of it, great. Then it doesn't make interruption. But if it doesn't count towards the ziva, so then it is an interruption. So how could that work? Abaye Omar loch shloitiyah tumas ziva mafseks b'neim. The Torah is saying that you can have a ziva. Only a ziva can interrupt, but other things could interrupt. The Torah doesn't say what. You could have a tumah of touching a body of a sheretz, a tumah of leida, a tumah of ziva. You can have that. You can. That's what the Torah is saying. But anything else doesn't create a hefsek in those days. The Torah is later. Omar Rabbi Menachem lo desanyo mizoiva v'lo miniga. She has to be clean from ziva, but if she has a nega tzaras, that doesn't do anything to her. Just like a niddah who's waiting to go to the mikveh and touches a sheretz, that doesn't do anything to her. She continues counting as if nothing happened. One tumah has nothing to do with the other. So if she's a mitzayra, she's a mitzaras, that doesn't affect her counting of ziva. So he learns another drasha. Ziva and leida doesn't affect it either. Yeah, great. You have one drasha. Why are you learning two drashas? Which drasha do I want you to learn? I want you to learn that the tzaras doesn't affect. So you don't have a drasha that leida doesn't affect. That's not true. If we're going with leida, we're starting with leida, then okay, so the Gemara says, the Bride says another thing, agav, tzaras. I don't need a pasuk for that. That I already learned by a man. A man, we learn that what? He has to be clean from ziva, but if he's a mitzayra, it doesn't have effect. If a person saw ziva and all of a sudden he sees tzaras, he ignores the tzaras and goes to the mikveh after 7 days. In this case, by the way, there is an afkimina because his ziva is much stronger than his tzaras. So he'll go to the mikveh for his ziva, get rid of a very strong level of tumah, and then he'll deal with his tzaras later. I need two psukim, one by a man, by a woman. Because we already had this. It's easy Gemara. Because of Rachmana bezav mishum d'leim tamim ba'oines, a zav doesn't become tamei if it happened from an external trigger. But a woman, we don't care. Even if she jumps, she's tamei. Maybe those days don't count towards it. Because of Rachmana bezav mishum d'leim tamim b'riyos k'biyamim. The famous halacha that a zav doesn't need yamim. He needs re'iyos. He needs to see 3 times. Even in one day, he sees 3 re'iyos, he's tamei. A woman needs 3 consecutive days of re'iyah. Only then does she become a zava g'doila. Unfortunately, Motzei Shabbos we're going to have a very long shir. Have a good chodesh. A good Shabbos, 6:30. Motzei Shabbos right over here.
I was wondering why you were taking your time.
No, I wasn't. I was.